Solid waste is one of the greatest challenges facing urban authorities today, with the amount of waste generated exceeding their capacity both technically and financially to collect and dispose of. With now the country facing a rapid urbanization of 5.1% per annum, leading to an overcrowding and this so development of slums and informal settlement with poor waste management practices. Kampala Capital City Authority has oftentimes acknowledged how the amount of solid waste generated in the city overwhelms its capacity to collect and dispose. Given the enormous collection, out of the 1,200 and 1,500 tons of garbage generated per day, only 400 to 500 tons are collected per day, giving a collection efficiency of only 40%, implying that 60% of the solid waste generated is not properly collected and disposed, which has resulted into indiscriminate disposal by the public. Speaking to the Speaker of Kawempe Urban Division Council, Justice Akampolida, in an exclusive interview in Kampala, confirms how this and how the division authority has only 2 trucks that collect garbage, making it hard to fix this challenge and explaining the reasons why the solid waste management is still a challenge.
We have garbage that goes uncollected for every month in most of the areas. Research and reports indicate that over 40%, Brian, of garbage in Kawempe goes uncollected. We have only 2 trucks, old trucks, owned by KCCA for garbage collection. That is unacceptable. Most of the time, these trucks are in the garage.
This is a reason why he chooses to explain why he has decided to have all division council meetings be shifted to communities in his areas to identify with such challenges faced by the people of Kawempe division. As he further confirms, these people are exposed to various illnesses as a result of the poor solid waste management.
Our communities are dirty. Our people are being exposed to health risks. Our communities are living like secondary citizens. We cannot permit that. So we are moving away from hotels as a protest act. We want to dramatize this so that those who are concerned, those we give our taxpayers money, imagine a simple problem as basic as garbage collection. We cannot tolerate that. So until the garbage problem is sorted, we are not going to tackle any other agenda. So I have aligned a series of 10 special councils that are based in the community. And the role and the purpose of these councils is to make sure that we rally the community, we mobilize.
Urban dwellers do consume more resources than rural areas and so generate large quantities of solid waste and sewage. But could one think that the city authority has failed to manage the solid waste issue? Akampolida thinks that the city authority could just be neglecting the system, hence a collapse of managing the solid waste in Kampala capital city.
Is collapse. That shows a collapse of systems. A city is a system of systems. So if you have a problem as garbage, as basic as garbage, because look at it. Look at the ecosystem of garbage. People generate their garbage in their homes. And because they don't like garbage, they take this garbage to where it is supposed to be centrally collected by the authorities. So once it is there, it is the responsibility of KCCA to collect the garbage from there. But what we see is that people play their role. They remove the garbage from their homesteads to central collection points. And KCCA takes weeks and months to collect this garbage from the central collection points.
The drainage systems also in Kampala are so disturbing as majority of them are poorly maintained and constructed, hence the flooding in the city. But Akampolida puts this still on the poor managing of solid waste management in the city. And according to him, this has been a central challenge in Kampala.
The problem of drainage. And part of the problem is known. 60% of the drainage problem in Bwaise is about garbage. Uncollected garbage. So this garbage collection has far-reaching consequences. Yet these people, even when they're aware of the far-reaching consequences of garbage, have done little or nothing to make sure that that problem is curbed. Number two is the drainage channels themselves. They are not up to the standard. Most of them are not constructed. They have been in the budget for the last 10, 20 years. When the channels are being constructed, then you have substandard work, because you know that corruption in this regime is their secondary feature.
He also says how this drainage challenge has remained so because majority of the policy implementers don't stay in such slums, therefore having no quick reasons to work on such challenges.
It is ugly to be in their situation there. It is appalling, it is unacceptable. Every time it rains, and this has been a century, it is centuries old problem. And yet you ask yourself a question. Why isn't the problem of drainage in Bwaise, in Kawempe solved? I must tell you, Brian, that if those in the government were staying in Bwaise, that problem would have been solved a long time ago. Today, that problem is not a priority because the people of Bwaise, the people of Kawempe, are not taken seriously. They are not taken as first-class citizens. They are by the way.
Indeed, solid waste management has kept the city of Kampala untidy and underdeveloped, as no such person would love to live in such untidy conditions. Brian Senkumba, Channel 44 Prime News.